If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like my stream. Hi, Maddox.
My new series highlights cases around Sobol. American Detective, Thursdays at 9 on ID, and stream the entire season on Discovery Plus.
Hi, Clips. How are you?
The pursuit of prey. It's a shared instinct for a lynx and your cat, and so is their desire for meat. That's why there's Blue Wilderness, created to satisfy a cat's craving for meat. Feed your cat's wild spirit with Blue Wilderness.
I just got off work.
Tired as sin.
With the timeless protection of AT, it's safe to say, hey Google, unlock the front door. When you've helped save more lives than any other home security brand, it's safe to say there's a reason millions of people trust AT to help protect what matters most. This bathroom is too cute. This was too cool. This was just right. Find your just right at Kohler.com. I don't just play someone brainy on TV. I'm an actual neuroscientist, and I love the science behind Eureka Plus. Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Eureka Plus fuels 60 indicators of brain performance. More brain performance? Yes, please. Eureka, think bigger. If you feel like you're chugging all day long, start sipping for a change. Try Lipton Herbalized Tea and naturally caffeine-free flavors that won't rush you through your day or night. Lipton, stop chugging, start sipping.
JC tried Game Planes for the first time the other day and forgot where she was.
Hey, Colton.
You can always spot a first-time Game Planes user.
Cool. I just hit level 104 last night.
But you probably didn't think they'd be free with any purchase through the Wendy's app. Protect your pet this flea and tick season with Chewy. Find everything from flea collars and sprays to prescriptions that keep pests away. Chewy has what you need to keep tails wagging and pets itch-free all season long. Shop pet prescriptions and more at Chewy.com today.
Thank you.
The surface of understanding what truly scares us. This just goes to prove that even further. Destination Fear, all new Saturdays at 9 on Travel Channel and streaming on Discovery Plus.
There are times when I'm working on this building that I do feel like I'm in danger. This building can be extremely terrifying. I just don't even want to be in the building. It just freaks me out.
Every floor, every building, every part of this seminary is haunted. I wouldn't want to be here alone.
In the 19th century, Madison Seminary was intended to be a safe space for Civil War widows and girls in need of help. But the landmark is notoriously a house full of nightmares. Built in 1847 in Madison, Ohio, the building first served as a dorm for theological students before becoming a women's asylum 50 years later.
The entire structure here is 70,000 square feet. 2 kitchens, 88 rooms. It housed almost 150 women at one time. This place was extremely overcrowded. The Madison Seminary does not have a very good reputation. These were people that had no other caregivers. They may have been senile, delusional, mentally ill. You could kind of say it was the end of the road for them.
Their life in the asylum was very difficult. Most of the women would have been medicated to the point of almost a comatose state, and experiments were done to these women. There is a chair on the 4th floor that's an actual lobotomy chair.
Hundreds of women and children died in the asylum from old age, sickness, or unexplained causes until the doors were shut for good in 1975. For years, the building lay in ruin and decay until a new owner saw its potential in its antebellum architecture.
The thing about the Madison Seminary is it is an unknown gem. I came to the Madison Seminary through a lot of research. My goal is to completely restore and renovate the property and make it almost like a time capsule.
Adam and his staff set to work restoring the landmark, and that's when things took a dark turn.
We work a lot of late nights out here, and one of those nights I was working up in the asylum, I heard a child saying, "Mommy."
On the 4th floor, I have experienced a young girl talking to me, crying out for help.
Since we've been renovating the property, we've been touched, we've had people scratched. It has intensified. There is possibly something here that does not want me to complete the mission.
And most recently, the eerie encounters have escalated from voices to something much more ominous.
It was a dark, hot June evening. I was on the 2nd floor. I walked through the doorway and felt an energy hit me that was enough to stop me at my tracks. And as I turned around, there was a dark mist. Something did not want me there. And it was unnerving to the point that I left the building.
As Adam and his crew push forward, the ghosts seem to be getting luckier in their attempt to oust interlopers.
It was the first time I met today. He and I myself in the doorway. And I see Adam walk by. So I looked through the opening that leads into the kitchen to say something to him. He comes in, tells me that they're back.
And she said, "Why didn't you say hi to me when you walked through?" And I told her I have no idea what you're even talking about.
I thought he was lying to me at first. I thought I was going crazy. And at that point is when I realized that it wasn't really Adam I saw. I never want to be alone here.
We've all started to see each other's doppelgangers. This is a situation where you actually see a double of yourself that's not really there.
It happens quite frequently, at least every other time I've been here. It's a pretty crazy thing to witness.
It's creepy enough when I see Adam walking around the
here.
According to lore, seeing this ghastly devil is a harbinger of bad things yet to come. And for Adam, renovations grow more dangerous every day.
There was one night that Trey and I were working up in the asylum. I had him up on a ladder, and he was putting up drywall. I heard him muttering. He was kind of like talking to himself. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but he seemed really upset about something.
Adam was out walking in the hallway, and basically I lost myself. I had a vision of the putting knife. Basically stabbing him.
And over the muttering, I heard him take the hammer and just slam the ladder.
The longer I was up there, the more angry I was getting. And all I could think of was how bad I wanted to hurt him.
Never seen him act like that before. So I said, hey, let's get some air. Let's get a breather real quick. And the minute I got him off of the asylum floor, fine. His whole persona had changed within an instant. I think he experienced the possession.
Experiencing somebody take over your life. It did.
When Texas lengths, the spirits will go to stop the restoration at Nelson Seminary. Adam will soon find out. But for now, only the shadows know.
Small cage jails occupied by the people. Now it's occupied by the dead. I've seen them. I've heard them. They're definitely still walking around in here. You're never alone in here.
Oh, so there's no place they can enjoy the cool, refreshing strawberry coffee scene sound. There, order on the app. Deep sea driving, you see? Something like that? Well, here's something else. With your farmer's policy work, new car replacement, you can get a new one. That's something else. Get a whole lot of farmer's policy work.
Is Olay better than more computer? Olay is more practical. It's very fast and now it's peace for me. With hydration, it's $100. Try it.
Jimmy, did you only eat a sandwich? You got some of these cheese sticks with me?
Just trying to make it intensity that water. Our restaurant had resources that we wanted to share. We knew there'd be a need out there. Was able to reach out to Marla at the hospital. She said, "You want some Chick-fil-A sandwiches?" And I said, "Of course we do." She actually spent 3 of our hospitals. We knew how stressed out hospital staff were. The gesture of thanking us was amazing. They were carrying around Russia.
Lease the 2021 IS300 for $379 a month for 56 months.
Experience amazing. Genesis T.
What is that? Mobile bank. Give me some. No. You can't throw it back. It's adorable. Just because. It's called Big Ben. Go for the handle. It's like they want to get hit. You can watch. Magnet's precision collision.
Imagine setting so comfortable it could completely relax, even during that difficult time. At Sobol Bigger Thermal Homes, your comfort is what we strive for. Our spacious layout This was a place occupied by the living. Now it's occupied by the dead. I've seen them. I've heard them. You're never alone in here.
In the mid-19th century, Potawatomi, Iowa, named after the Native American tribe that originally lived there, was a rapidly growing but largely normal Midwest town until 1885, when they opened the extremely odd and now infamous Squirrel Cage Jail.
The Sobol jail is a rotary jail, one of the few left here in the United States. Rotary jail is a circular jail, and all the cells would rotate as one piece. Ours is a 3-story. We only have one jailer to take care of the 60 inmates comfortably.
The 45-ton interior pie-slice-shaped cells would rotate within the 3 stories of fixed bars until the cell aligned with a single door in the bars. With only one way for inmates to enter or exit, the rotary jail was easy to guard and near impossible to escape.
Daily life for the inmates here would have been pretty tough. The jail didn't have electricity, so in the middle of the winter in Iowa, in January, you have some long, cold nights.
Many of the inmates tried to escape by breaking their arms. That way they could possibly escape en route to or from the hospital. They would put their arm through the bars.
When the drum would actually turn, the inmates had stuck their arms through the bars and they were broken while the drum was turning, or that they were severed.
There were limbs that were lost.
It seems, for some, these loose limbs have remained in the jail's orbit and possess a mind of their own.
First time I visited the jail, I didn't know what to expect. I came in the front door, went into the reception area. And felt a hand on my shoulder. I know that it was an inmate's arm. I turned around to see if someone was there. There wasn't. There was no one in that room but me.
In addition to the numerous crushed, broken, and in some cases completely severed limbs, there have been several tragic deaths.
One of the deaths in the building, Thomas Rifle was in love with this lady in town and he would not leave her alone. She was not in love with him, and so the sheriff said, knock it off or you're going to jail. He ended up here, and he said, I can't have the love of my life, then I don't want to go on living. He hung himself with a clothesline, he wrapped a cord around his neck, and as the building turned slowly, he suffocated.
Some visitors believe Rifle's remains continue to be bound to the building.
I went up to the second floor and had a really strange feeling up there. It felt like I wasn't alone. I looked around. I was the only person on the second floor at the time, but there was clearly a voice asking me who's there. I did actually see the spirit once. He kind of faded away. I found out later on that there was actually an inmate who had hung himself in that cell. His name was Thomas Rifle.
Several thousand tourists a year continue to brave rumors of supernatural visitations to view this architectural oddity.
The first time I came here, I came with Jeremy, and I didn't know anything about the place at all.
But some see, hear, and even feel more than they paid for.
I was down in the cells, just kind of walking around, and all of a sudden it was like, felt like this huge van standing behind me.
Hey, Wayne.
There was nobody around me. I just realized that it had to have been a spirit. That was a real pivotal moment in me for the Squirrel Cage and believing that it was truly haunted.
At the Squirrel Cage Jail, one good turn always deserved another. And for the duration of their sentences, the inmates rotated round and round, never resting. Some say you can still see them there, but you might have to pay
Good, I got off work at 5.
But Subway open, they changed the fast food game. And sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh. There's so much new. Some say you can't pick one at. I say we're talking new All American food, deli style roots and turkey. And
That's the new steak and cheese.
oh yeah, I knew that. That's the one with the new seasoning.
And that was the new MVP decision, right?
Right. Which makes the next level foot. Hold up, Subway over? Wait, I'm out of time. We're back. And that's so crispy. And the answer is always new Club Crisp. What am I thinking of? New Club Crisp!
New light crispy and buttery Club Crisps. Taste the summer with Kettle One Botanical. Vodka distilled with the essence of real botanicals for a fresh taste. Add sparkling water for 73 calorie spritz. Kettle One Botanical. Now try our new Kettle One Botanical Vodka Spritz in a ready-to-drink can.
Do I like the Whopper? Yes. I got one too. Wayne, are you doing
Night for it.
Wayne, are you doing Fortnite tonight? Or no?
It's the first step in our fight against plastic pollution.
Your whole team hits your upper.
Yep, he's doing Fortnite tonight. Yay! I'll be on. Can I take my hair down?
People with moderate to severe psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, the surprises they initiate.
Why are you setting that?
It's a choice you can
What?
make. Otezla
Wayne.
isn't an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats
Bad way.
for psoriasis. 75% clearer skin is
Don't make me get on there because I got stuff to do. I don't have time to mess with them.
Sure, let it down. What the heck, Wayne? Stop it. Bad. Ow. I wasn't asking for your advice.
You don't need your advice. You're grown.
Yeah, Wayne. You're just bad all along. And no, Wayne, you're not an angel
You
either.
have orange.
He does have horns.
I know he does.
Wayne, you're bad. You're a bad boy.
This Whitney restaurant in Detroit is probably
Wayne, don't make me get ghostly in here.
there's something unusual.
He showed up too.
Leslie did.
Yep. See, Wayne, you being bad. Bad, bad. Ha ha. Hi, baby.
In the late 19th century, lumber baron David Whitney bought property in Detroit to build a spectacular his wife Flora.
I am not being mean to you, Wayne.
You want me to be mean? I'll be glad to be mean.
My baby said, how funny was that? You said that for me to come in, and I said I was here. Wayne, you just got in trouble. Guys, please stay
You got
positive,
trouble 3 times.
or I'll shake my groove thing. That's my baby.
When Flora discovered
Wayne, you, you just got in trouble. I'm gonna give Mama Nini a spankings. Oh, that's what Wayne said.
You really don't want to mess with me right now.
Wayne, you just got in trouble. You're the one that's being bad, Wayne. My mom not even doing anything wrong. You're getting in trouble. That's your fault.
And don't act like Mr. Innocent.
You just got busted. You so got busted. No, Wayne, you're not an angel. Nope.
Don't make me get on there.
Do it, Mom. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Because if I do, I'll be bitching.
Get Wayne in trouble. Wayne, you being bad. Don't make my mom come in Fortnite tonight. She's got a mic. I got her it. Bad. Bad, Wayne. Bad. Wayne, you better behave. Uh-oh.
Kind of like a light whisper behind your ear, a woman's voice saying your name. That's something that we hear often from guests and staff alike.
I had my coffee.
About the third floor lounge, a guest came out of the restroom, notified the manager that there was a woman very distraught sitting on the sofa in the ladies' room. She was crying, seemed to be in a real desperate shape.
Wayne,
There was no one in the ladies' room.
don't cry. Don't cry. We're all here to have fun. We all know that. Oh, Wayne. My mom called you a crybaby. You like my hair, Wayne? I got it dyed too. It looks nappy, but actually it doesn't look nappy, which I'm surprised. See the color? It actually looks good. Aw, thank you, Wayne. Wayne, you didn't. I have a new Discord, but you didn't even accept it. You did not accept it at all. I sent you a friend invite, bro. You did not accept it. So, don't even go there, bro. I got a new Discord, but you didn't even accept it. New user. See, Wayne? This is mine. You see that? That is my Discord. Accept the invite, bro. I sent you an invite, and you didn't want to accept it. Bad. I sent it to you 1,000,000 times. Discord. Here, I'll even send you it.
First came to work here, I was told, do not touch the tea set in the carriage house. That strange things happen, cups get broken, things get strewn in the pantry when that tea set is moved, and they believe that it's the ghost of Grace Whitney being angry that she came home
There, Wayne. I sent my Discord to you. So you can accept it. Connections. Add. YouTube. Station.
Was a voice actually coming from that room. It said, "Get out." There was that. It was something I'll never forget. I still get the hairs on my arms rising. Absolutely. Some say generations of family drama continue from beyond the grave, making the Whitney House America's most haunted mansion. I believe the speakeasy is one of the most terrifying places in America. You can feel your hair standing up.
I've seen things, I've heard things, I've felt things, I've even had the air knocked out of me. It's different when you're the one that loves a murderer. I felt completely trapped.
I promised to protect her, and I didn't.
Hmm.
We've barely scratched the surface of understanding what truly scares us. Feeds off of fear. This just goes to prove that even further.
Destination Fear, all new Saturdays at 9 on Travel Channel and streaming on Discovery Plus.
Real fruit and whole grains. Doing something good for yourself has never been this easy. Just do what's delicious. Kellogg's Special K.
Sensitive to cat allergies? Join the thousands who've discovered a difference with ProPlan Live Clear, the only cat food to reduce allergies an average of 47%. Save today at ProPlanLiveClear.com.
Yo, I need me some of these.
Kettle One Botanical. Vodka distilled with real botanicals for a fresh taste. And the most delicious part? No sugar, artificial sweeteners, or flavors. Kettle One Botanical. Real botanicals, fresh taste. At Pure Leaf, the most important ingredient in making tea is saying no. In our real brewed iced tea, we say no to artificial flavors and sweeteners, which means no settling, unless it's into a comfy chair. Pure Leaf. No is beautiful.
There was a first cutback, a first bunny, a first implant. Now there's the first ever Hyundai Santa Cruz to help you on a journey to all your firsts. Every journey to adventure begins somewhere. Start yours in our first ever sport adventure vehicle, the Hyundai Santa Cruz.
We have to be able to repair the enamel on a daily basis. With Pro Enamel Repair Toothpaste, we can help actively repair enamel in its weakened state. It's innovative. My go-to toothpaste is going to be Pro Enamel Repair.
Off Botanicals provide plant-based, worry-free mosquito protection for the whole family, so you can focus on what means the most. Off.
SC Johnson.
See what change can do. See what Delta can do. Welcome to Off Thing. Place where everyone lives life undetected. When things go a bit wrong, we got you back. Here, things work the way you wish they would.
What, Wayne?
Protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands. You're both thing. Liquor called for a lower on the way today.
Every time Roger 5 came back, that whole continuing strong something. Look, and you don't think you're that little Roger came from. They were flies over nothing.
Taco Bell's Fly Force. No sodium Taco Bell in you.
Hey, you like cookies?
I believe the speakeasy is one
What kind of
of the
cookies do you like, Wayne?
Things. I've heard
air knocked out of me.
You really could feel like electricity. You could feel your hair standing up. Nestled in the farmlands of Nebraska is the tiny town of Sacramento, population 100. This community got its start in the famed gold rush of the mid-1800s, when eager prospectors would travel through on their way further west. And at the center of town sat a small country store.
You're horrible.
The town started all because of the gold rush, and then they needed a supply store for all the rest of the farmers.
Come on.
Building was the town's general store,
Tell her to buy you some.
much needed supplies to would-be miners heading west to strike it rich.
Fred was the owner of the general store, and he was married to a lady named Jane. He was a protracted man, and he liked to play around.
After the gold rush craze began to wane, the country was plunged into a bloody civil war, sending soldiers crisscrossing the nation.
One day, Trinity Hooker's crew came through, and he had a band of women that followed him. And they were known as hookers.
One of the women traveling with the general, a hooker, as they came to be known, caught Fred's eye.
Fred ended up sleeping with one of the hookers.
That's funny.
And she sliced his face up and killed him.
The building that many believe once housed Fred's store remains to this day and operates as a restaurant called the Speakeasy.
I believe Faces Fred still owns this place because it originally was his business. I think we're kind of
Yes, that is funny.
space. Even though he's gone, I think his soul's still here haunting its halls.
Locals suspect that Fred never found peace after his violent death and roams the Speakeasy in spectral form.
He's usually dressed up in overalls and flannel shirt. No one has been able to see his cuts on his face. He'll turn lights off on people, lock people in the cooler. A lot of employees won't go in the basement because they're terrified of it.
The town's most famous restless spirit can also be sighted on the highway, making his way back to the Speakeasy.
I'm not mean.
Locals believe his body was dumped.
Jane killed him and then dragged his body and then dumped it in a ditch off the highway.
I was the last one here one night. I was closing the place up and just shut all the lights off out front, and I was getting ready to walk out. And I heard a loud noise, and it sounded like all of the dishes and glasses and silverware and everything came crashing to the floor. I walked in the kitchen, and there was nothing out of place. I quickly shut off the lights, locked the door, and left.
Things started happening to me right away when I started working here. I felt a presence, I felt cold chills, I saw lights flicker. But my big experience was one Saturday night cleaning up back here in the back dining room. And all of a sudden the lights started flickering. And I felt this dark presence, almost like someone was looking over my shoulder. And all of a sudden someone was really loud, enough to make me stop what I was doing and look around to see if someone was in the room. Then I kind of started back to my job, and it happened again. It had to be Faceless Fred.
It seems Faceless Fred.
Go ahead, Wayne. Tell Ghostly.
He's also seen around the restaurant in more tangible forms.
One night,
Tell him to quit causing problems.
and someone walked in.
I'm really not feeling too good here. I'm about ready to lay down.
blue overalls, red flannel shirts. Didn't get a real good look at his face, but what I saw, he really didn't have much of a face at all. It just wasn't really there. We ordered whiskey. I went to the other side of the bar, got a drink for him, and when I came back, he was gone. And there's nobody here. I went to the front door, and it was locked. So how he got in, I do not know.
In a tiny town that sits on the vast, empty expanse of Nebraska's Great Plains, it seems the never-resting spirit of eternally scarred, faceless Fred will forever frighten any who dare to drink at the speakeasy.
There's always been rumors that people have disappeared from here. The Smallwood store and Chuck Leslie Farm. Always at the corner of your eye. You know you see it, but when you look, it isn't there. But it was.
Do you remember your first kiss?
It was a long kiss.
So I wouldn't say it was that long.
Did she know it was coming? I think so.
The first kiss was a shocker. I remember being pretty caught off guard. I'm really nervous. I don't know what I should wear.
Just wear something not too crazy. Remember, it's a business dinner, not a costume party.
On the Spotty Network, this is what she heard.
Just wear something crazy. Remember, it's a costume party.
Costume party.
Yeah.
Don't trust
Wayne says, okay, I'm leaving before Mama Nini grounds me. See you later.
Anybody want to split a turkey?
He's right. Yep. See you later.
If you feel like you're chugging all day long, start sipping for a change. Try Lipton Herbalized Tea and naturally caffeine-free flavors that won't rush you through your day or night. Lipton. Stop chugging. Start sipping. Kettle One Botanical. Vodka distilled with real botanicals and crafted to be enjoyed in moderation. Kettle One Botanical. Drink mindfully. Enjoy responsibly. Nature. It energizes us. That's why Nature Valley restored access to 10,000 miles of trails for everyone to enjoy. So experience the power of nature and take in the outdoors with Nature Valley.
Today we're at Carolina Beach, making a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising new Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Get your own Twisted Tea drop. Keep it twisted.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of? With Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter topping, and chocolatey topping. All in world-famous DQ sauce. Whoa, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com. I don't just play someone brainy on TV. I'm an actual neuroscientist, and I love the science behind Neuriva Plus. Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Neuriva Plus fuels 6 indicators of brain performance. More brain performance? Yes, please. Neuriva, think bigger. It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. Tide Pod's Child Guard Pack helps keep your laundry packs in a safe place and your child safer. To close, twist until it clicks. Tide Pod's Child Guard Packaging.
My name is Morris. Sometimes people ask me where I'm from. Well, I come from a place where you can dunk a basketball, treat patients, sing on American Idol, be a Boy Scout, fly a plane, raise a family, ride a Harley, and serve the community. For over 125 years, Sikhs have been part of the American culture. My name is Morris, and I'm proud to be an American.
I'm gonna lay down for a minute. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyeballs open.
Every single day, we're all getting a little bit better. We're better cooks, better neighbors, better parents, and better friends. That's why Comcast works around the clock, constantly improving America's largest gig-speed broadband network. Because we're building a better network every single day.
We've barely scratched the surface of understanding what truly scares us. And the fear, this just goes to prove that even further. Destination Fear, all new Saturdays at 9 on Travel Channel, and streaming on Discovery Plus. disappeared from here.
I've been in here so much and seen so much. There's something that goes on here for sure.
Always at the corner of your eye. You know you see it, but when you look, it isn't there. But it was.
On one of the 10,000 remote islands of South Florida's swampy Everglades lies the Smallwood Store, 106-year-old trading post frequented by locals, both living and the restless souls of those who've died there. Anyone seeking respite from the world's prying eyes.
If you ever wanted to really disappear or get lost in society, this is the place to come. It was like the end of the world.
The secluded swamplands attracted drifters, bandits, and fugitives on the lam. Worst among them was Bloody Ed Watson, an outlaw who allegedly fled Oklahoma after killing a member of Butch and Sundance's Hole in the Wall gang.
Mr. Watson came here in the late 1800s. He had a plantation down on Chatham Bend, which is about 12 miles down the shore here, and he raised sugar cane.
Watson would bring these laborers here to work, and the only way to come and go is by boat. So sometimes he maybe would keep them here for a year or two. And then when it got to be that they wanted to move on, he'd tell them, okay, I'll bring you to the Smallwood Store where you can catch a schooner back to Fort Myers or Key West. But they never made it here.
Bloody Ed Watson allegedly killed dozens of indentured servants over his 15-year stay. He got away with it until 1910, when the corpse of one of his victims floated to the swamp surface.
In 1910, they found a body of a lady. The lady's name was Hannah Smith.
The townsfolk rounded up a posse and lay in wait at the local trading post, the Smallwood Store.
Watson would come here to the store every Tuesday pretty much to get his mail and to buy fresh supplies. And this day when he came here, the men told Watson that they were going to arrest him for killing Hannah. But when they told him that, he came up with that double-barrel shotgun and he pulled both triggers on this crowd of men. But his shells had got wet. They misfired.
And so when his gun misfired, they returned fire.
And they said the first shot hit Watson between the eyes and the other 30 rounds were just kind of all over his body. When they did an autopsy on him up there, they took a coffee can of lead out of him. That's kind of the story of Watson.
Bloody Ed Watson met his end on the steps of the Smallwood Store. And we'll never know how many bodies are buried in the surrounding waters. It's believed at least a few of these restless spirits have risen from the swamp to haunt the old store.
We've been outside to play at night, and there will be a light on there in the store, and you can see something moving.
One time when I was here, all of a sudden the window shut. Bear in mind, every single window in this place has a latch. So whenever you hear a slam, it's going to scare you a little bit because there's no way that that could have just fall shut without some kind of interference or something.
Of all Watson's victims, people say the late Hannah makes her most frequent appearances at the store.
We had a little boy one time that came in on a tour and he wanted to go to the bathroom. He'd come back out and he said that there was a lady back there, told him he couldn't go back there. There was no old lady.
There's a room in the back where several people have also said that they've seen a lady, a reflection of her past the mirror. Everyone says there's a woman back there.
I was opening up in the morning, and out of the corner of my eye, I catch that scene. She was sitting in this chair, looking like she would be doing her makeup. Whoa. There's a ghost here.
Most heart-stopping of all, the ghost of Bloody Watson still prowls the premises, serving a never-ending life sentence for his deadly misdeeds.
I'm a former law enforcement officer. One call I did come here, I was on my shadow walking underneath the piers. I never did see any footprints, which was kind of strange because it's soft sand like beach.
Watson is one of the gentlemen that everyone keeps on seeing in here. Maybe he has some unresolved issues.
If you're looking for a place to keep your secrets, head on over to Smallwood at the end of the Everglades, where the living go to hide and the dead never truly die. We've spent the last hour totally on edge, facing off at a speakeasy serving sinister spirits, an abandoned asylum that can still drive you insane, a lighthouse filled with darkness, and a one-of-a-kind jail where visitors get a helping hand. These are the most terrifying places in America. Restless Dead, where the dead don't sleep, so you just may want to leave the lights on. When you do, be afraid. Be very afraid. Evil lurks here, and here, and especially here, where the living, and the dead, and the undead stalk the motels,
Clown ghosts come from the cemetery next door.
movie theaters,
I felt absolutely terrified. And I said, we need to get out of here.
and museums.
It's to show people that evil does exist.
Here on Most Terrifying Places in America, Devil's Playground.
A lot of people are scared of this motel because of the clowns. People coming in and they say, oh my God, I can't stay here, I can leave.
So these spirits, they are very angry.
It's not uncommon to see clowns in the lobby, clowns in the room.
Clown ghosts. They come from the cemetery next door.
It's a special cemetery right next to a special motel. And some people say it's a special cemetery next to a creepy motel.
On a lonely desert road, halfway between Las Vegas and Reno, sits the old silver mining town of Tonopah, Nevada. A town haunted by its past, providing the perfect spot for the devil to play. Once sparsely populated with just a handful of ranchers, this all changed for Tonopah in May of 1900 with the discovery of silver and gold.
Tonopah in the early days was known as the greatest, the richest, and the best mining camp in the world.
But despite Tonopah's prosperity, there was also tragedy.
February 23rd of 1911, the Belmont mine fire occurred. About 4:30 in the morning, the miners who were just coming off shift started smelling smoke. The smoke became so intense that miners couldn't see, they couldn't breathe, it was just uncontrollable. 17 miners died that day. They're buried in Tonopah Cemetery.
One of the miners who died that day was Clarence David. Years after his death, his children wanted to pay tribute to the father they barely knew.
They said, I know what we're going to do for my dad. We're going to go ahead and build a clown motel because he loved clowns. Clarence loved clowns.
Here at the Clown Motel, we have close to 600 clowns now. They're not just in the lobby of the motel, they're in the rooms, on the doors. We have clowns everywhere.
There are happy clowns, cute clowns, sad clowns, musical clowns, and one demonic clown.
Building a clown motel next to a graveyard. Probably not the best idea. Things happen.
We've gained a reputation of having clown ghosts. And it's true. It happens.
And there's one clown ghost in particular who visits the motel regularly.
We have what is called the trickster.
He comes from the cemetery next door.
According to local legend, the arrival of the clowns gave the tortured souls of the miners a vessel in which to roam freely.
When I came here to check in, as I look towards the graveyard, I see some sort of an image. He's carrying a balloon, so the balloon's going, so I'm going, okay, that's great. But then he starts looking more like a clown. So I kind of like, what? So I'm like, oh, wow, this is very interesting. But I'm not going to go anywhere near that graveyard. So goes through the gate, comes up the steps right here, still carrying the balloon. And I'm saying, how you doing? My name's Dee. And I asked him what his name was. He says, Moore. So he starts walking over towards our car. I thought he saw the dogs we had in there, so I asked him if he liked dogs. And he said, Moore. And by this time, I'm getting a little terrified. So as he walked away from me, just before the steps, he let go of the balloon, and he disappeared. No more clown, no more anything. He's just gone. I'm still terrified about it.
That's the trickster. He just plays with the people is what he does. Every once in a while he lets me know he's here, he'll do something strange. Like just all of a sudden there will be a clown that actually comes off the show. Every so often he'll show up as a shadow figure. He is quite tall. I've actually seen the shadow figure here. And I've had disembodied voices. It was at night when I was doing my paperwork, and this disembodied voice came out of nowhere. It was a very gruff, mean voice. That's the creepiest thing I can ever deal with.
And for those who don't believe in clown ghosts, the trickster can be quite persuasive.
I've always been a non-believer or skeptic until I moved here. The company that my wife worked for, they put us in the Clown Motel with our 3 dogs. Our youngest dog, who was born completely deaf, first night in the Clown Motel, the dog woke up at 1:30 in the morning. It put its ears up. The dog crawled off the bed and it went over to the window. And it did that every night for 6 months until we moved out. It did start making me thinking that maybe there is something to this ghost stuff.
Here at the Clown Motel, there's certain rooms that you see more haunted activity. We don't tell anybody which rooms are haunted. People come from all over the world. They're very tired from traveling, so I like to keep things nice and quiet and peaceful and calm. But it's a real challenge sometimes with this trickster. You never know what it's going to do.
I've had people tell me weird stuff that's happened, that they hear things, so that they woke up and a scary clown was standing in front of their bed. And he says, I was scared to death and then just disappeared. He was gone. The guy was awake all night. They couldn't sleep all night because they kept thinking something was going to happen. So that's happened a lot.
It's a 441-mile trip from Vegas to Reno. So you'll want to get a room at the Clown Motel. And don't worry about availability. Someone always checks out when the devil comes by from his playground next door.
It is dangerous to have all these objects in one location. You combine all of this together, and you're mixing a potion that you don't want to deal with.
Explore the unexplored this season and discover something new. Brought to you by Kohl's. Forward together.
Everyone's looking forward to the school year, but sometimes the best part about being back is the excitement of heading home. Colts.
What is that?
It's a Bobon bag.
A Bobon bag?
Bobon bag.
Bobon bag?
Bobon bag. You can't totally bag.
It's Hobie bag? Go for the handle.
this one fake.
I don't just play someone brainy on TV. I'm an actual neuroscientist, and I love the science behind Nariva Plus. Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva Plus fuels 6 key indicators of brain performance. More brain performance? Yes, please. Nariva, think bigger.
It's my 310, no X in sight, migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy. For any time, anywhere migraine strikes, without worrying if it's too late or where I am. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks CGRP protein, believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
New Meow Mix Tasty Layers. Crunchy and meaty textures with a mouth-watering gravy coating. Meow Mix Tasty Layers. The new one cats ask for by name.
Baby?
Daydreaming again? But I love you still. You know I'm driving, right?
I did.
If you're on, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes, good tip. You 15% more. Iced tea, stone cold. Calling on everyone to turn to cold washing with Tide.
Hello, my name is Ice T. Can you spare a few seconds to learn about cold water washing with Tide?
Steve, did you know washing in cold can save you $100 a year on your energy bill?
What when you should turn to cold? It helps the environment.
What? Because Stone Cold said so. Plus, Tide cleans great in cold.
Great parenting meets great allies. Ziploc Grip and Seal. Easier to grip and open for the world's greatest parents.
S.C. Johnson.
We've barely scratched the surface of understanding what truly scares us. Carolina Beans out of fear. This just goes to prove that even further.
Destination Fear. All new Saturdays at 9 on Travel Channel and streaming on Discovery Plus.
This is not someplace you want to spend time alone in for too long, if at all.
It's to show people that evil does exist. This is the most haunted location in the world.
Here in Monroe, Connecticut, in the basement of this ordinary home, lies Warren's Occult Museum, a terrifying collection of the most haunted and cursed artifacts on Earth, and a dream visit for those who love nightmares. Since 1952, Lorraine and Ed Warren have been known around the world as two of the most prominent experts on the supernatural. Their real-life adventures in the occult have inspired movies from The Conjuring to the Amityville Horror, collectively grossing over $1 billion.
Well, Lorraine Warren are probably the preeminent investigators in history, actually. Ed started because he lived in a haunted house from age 5 to 12 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Lorraine was naturally psychic. She would see the aura around people, and they got married and they started to investigate.
The Warrens devoted their lives to rooting out evil that defies science, and along the way have collected the world's most cursed objects.
The Warren's Occult Museum is probably the most haunted place, I'd say, on Earth because of the artifacts that have been collected over many years.
It is dangerous having all these objects in one location. You combine all of this together, and you're mixing a potion that you don't want to deal with.
Ed Warren died in 2006 and Lorraine is retired, but their paranormal research group continues to look after the dangerous artifacts the Warrens acquired.
Just every time I come in here, there's something new that I was like, how did I not see this? We have the Conjuring mirror. A gentleman put curses on people through that mirror. We have several voodoo dolls from around the world. We have a mummy down here, a coffin that a vampire was still sleeping. The first time I came in here, I
I was a skeptic. When you come down here, the feeling is bone chilling. This one time, I was in the hallway, and I heard these noises behind me that sounded like whispers. It sounded like Brett the I couldn't make out anything that was being said, but it was almost as if there were objects in here that might have been communicating and whispering, as if there were conversations going on. I was terrified.
Of all the cursed items in the museum, there is none more dangerous than Annabelle. This doll may look like a harmless child's plaything, but it's believed to harbor a malicious force from beyond.
So we believe that this doll is probably the most dangerous object here.
I don't know what's inside her. Whatever it is, there's something evil there.
The Annabelle doll has a story behind it. Back in 1970 in Hartford, Donna, a young nurse, had received a doll from her mother. It was a Raggedy Ann doll, just a normal doll. But one day, the doll's little arms moved. They landed on the breakfast nook table. About a week later, her fiance, Lou, is sleeping on the couch. Then wakes up with a start. And Donna says, "What's the matter?" He said, "I just had the weirdest nightmare. And that doll just started strangling me to death." And he was like scared at that moment. He says, "That's just a Raggedy Ann doll. That can't hurt anybody." And he throws it across the room. And as he did that, 7 slashes appeared on his chest and on his stomach. We call them psychic wounds. They come up
Hey,
with a plan
Colton.
to get a psychic in to find out what's going on with this doll. The psychic said, there is a spirit of a young girl in that doll. She's 7 years old. Her name is Annabelle. She was killed outside of this apartment. Now she's in that doll.
Mhm.
Now Donna and Lou are freaked out. So that's when they called in Ed. He came out with a ring. They did an exorcism of the apartment. And Ed said, "This doll does not belong here anymore. I'm going to put it in the museum for safekeeping."
The Warrens secured the doll in their museum, but it would appear Annabelle's evil deeds were far from over.
This priest that Lorraine knew very well, it was Father Bill. He was in the Hartford diocese. He calls her up. He says, "Lorraine, can I look at that doll that puts slashes on people I heard about so much?" She says, "Come on over, but don't touch anything, Donna, because everything's dangerous." Ed goes, shows him the doll. As Ed is talking about the slash marks, Father Bill picks up the doll with 2 hands and says, "God is more powerful than any devil or demon." Throws it across the museum floor. Ed's like beside himself. He's like, "Father, I told you don't touch anything. That doll is dangerous." The priest was unconcerned, says his goodbyes to Lorraine. He never made it back to the rectory.
Why are you mad, Colton?
Fortunately, the priest was not killed, but he was injured. The priest calls up Ed, and the priest says, "Ed, the last thing I can recall before that accident, I looked in the rearview mirror and saw the doll staring back at me. You should never challenge the demonic. Why would
Oh,
you do
that's
something
sad,
you know nothing
Colton.
about? Very dangerous."
Come check out the Warrens Occult Museum, where you can look at but not touch some of the most cursed items in the world and discover the doll that is anything but child's play.
There's a lot of paranormal activity out here.
There's a lot of energy through here on the spirits.
I'm Dad's greatest sandcastle and greatest memory. But even I'm not as memorable as eating Turkey Hill chocolate peanut butter cup ice cream with real cocoa. Well, that's the way the sandcastle crumbles.
You can't beat Turkey Hill memories.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day. The scent made quite an impression. It was like that towel and JC were the only two left on Earth. But they weren't. You could always spot a first timer. Game Flings with Oxyboost and Febreze. Seriously good scent. Try the new light scent from Game. Hello, Spring Daydream.
With lower prices and great deals, take Target your first stop back to school. I may have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis, but we are so much more. We're team players and artists, designers and do-it-yourselfers, parents and friends. If joint pain is getting in the way of who you are, it's time to talk to your doctor about Enbrel. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage. Plus, Enbrel helps skin get clearer in psoriatic arthritis. Ask your doctor about Enbrel so you can get back to your true self. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. Visit Enbrel.com to see how your joint damage could progress. Enbrel. Eligible patients may pay as little as $5 per month.
Sensitive to cat allergens? Join the thousands who've discovered a difference with ProPlan Live Clear, the only cat food to reduce allergens, an average of 47%. Save today at ProPlanLiveClear.com.
Mr. World knows if you want new glasses and maximum velocity, you don't have to go to extremes. You just have to go to Eyeglass World. Other places fall flat with sluggish tempos, but Eyeglass World's in-store labs keep things upbeat, helping you score custom-made glasses the same day. And how's this for an encore? You can get 2 pairs for $78. So schedule your eye exam online and get fiscal savings at eyeglassworld.com.
Emotes say a lot. You can't say it all. If your guildmate is struggling, try these dialogue options. Go to non-humans. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
There's a lot of paranormal activity out here.
Grab.
We have ghosts.
I was just freaking out. She wasn't real. She's scared. Something is not right.
There's a reason why Las Vegas is called Sin City. It's where the devil does some of his best work. 20 miles west is a tourist attraction where he goes to play in the most terrifying ways.
Bonnie Springs Ranch was built in 1952 on property that was part of the Spanish Trail wagon train. From the 1880s, 1890s, it went from the East Coast to California. All this was a stopover for these wagons to come in. Thousands of people came through this area.
At the beginning of the 20th century, new roads and railroads were built, making the trail obsolete. And in the early 1950s, Bonnie Levinson bought the land.
My mom is Bonnie from Bonnie Springs, and she and my dad built this old western town. My My dad wanted the history of Nevada, tourist destination basically. He bought up all kinds of artifacts. You name it, if he could get his hands on it, he bought it, and then he started putting it together.
He went all over Nevada and he got buildings from the 1880s and 1890s, and he relocated them here. But it
Hey,
appears
Danielle.
it wasn't just the artifacts and buildings that were brought to the ranch. The original owners and occupants came as well. Spirits actually attach themselves to these buildings and these items.
There's a lot of paranormal activity out here. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on around here throughout the years. Like one day I came up to check something at the Opera House, went inside, looked around. It was a little cold, a little eerie. I felt like someone was in there with me, like someone's looking at me or watching me, and the hair stands up on the back of my neck, and then I saw light come on, and then piano made a little tinkling or whatever, and then the lights came on above my head. I was out of there.
When I came here 12 years ago, I was a little bit of a disbeliever, but me being touched personally myself, that was what really made me think. I was coming down a flight of steps, and I just fell. I spun around, so my back was going down the stairs. And the people that were there said, "We saw your vest come straight out." And then I dragged myself. I can't explain it. There's no explanation to that. That was the scariest thing that ever happened to me. Well, the thing that really made me think that there's a lot of energy through here on the spirit side. And when I'm saying the spirit side, I mean, of course, ghosts. A lot of people have told me they have seen a gunfight. When they describe him to me, supposedly he has a long beard. We don't have a cowboy like that. He is very aggressive. So we call him the mad spirit or the gunfighter spirit.
The Mad Gunfighter is just one of many dead spirits that visitors and employees report seeing over the years.
This right here is the Bonnie Springs School. Is a recreation of the 1860s schoolhouse. Wax figures, a school mom, and we have children sitting at desks. But also the spirit children that actually go to school here, and I have heard the children laugh inside the school. Also, people have seen a woman's apparition, which would be the school mom.
Most workers at the ranch agree that the school mom is Bonnie Springs' most powerful spirit.
Something drew me to the school. I can't really explain what it was. It was the strangest experience. But as I went in, I saw this image off in the distance. And as I looked closer, it looked sort of like an image of a woman, like a school teacher in the old days. It was ghost-like, but I knew what I was seeing was real. And I reached out. There was nothing there. It scared me, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. And I backed out the same way I came in.
The school mom seems very protective of her spirit children, always keeping a watchful eye.
The school mom, people have told me she walks right over to the merry-go-round and she'll stop the merry-go-round. Just like a teacher would stop if it was going too fast.
It's not unusual to hear of this bold spirit venturing off the property and out into the desert.
About a quarter mile down the road, there's an area down there that people had just said I was driving by and there was a lady standing in the desert. They see a lady in 1800s dress attire. They stop to see if she's okay. They get out of their car and go to talk to her. And come to find out there was nobody standing there.
Come on down to Bonnie Springs Ranch and ride the trails.
Take in the Old West Show and see an outlaw bank robbery. Visit the Wax Museum for a lesson in Nevada's rich history. Just take Highway 160 west from Vegas and make a right at the Lady in the Desert.
You always feel a presence here. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder. It freaked me out pretty good.
With relapsing forms of MS, there's a lot to deal with. Not just unpredictable relapses, all these other things too. It can all add up. Kesimpta is a once-monthly at-home injection that may help you put these RMS challenges in their place. Kesimpta was proven superior at reducing the rate of relapses, active lesions, and slowing disability progression. Sobol. Don't take Kesimpta if you have hepatitis B, and tell your doctor if you have had it, as it could come back. Kesimpta can cause serious side effects, including infections. While no cases of PML were reported in RMS clinical trials, it could happen. Tell your doctor if you had or plan to have vaccines, or if you are or plan to become pregnant. Kesimpta may cause a decrease in some types of antibodies. The most common side effects are upper respiratory tract infection, headache, and injection reactions. Ready for an at-home treatment with dramatic results? It's time to ask your doctor about Kesimpta.
Tide Pods Ultra Oxy one-ups the cleaning power of liquid. Can it one-up whatever they're doing? For sure. Seriously? One-up the power of liquid, one-up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One-up the power of liquid with Tide Pods Ultra Oxy.
From the marker for everything comes the pen for everything else. Introducing the smooth, bold, and vibrant Sharpie S Gel. Sharpie S Gel. The power of Sharpie, now in the gel pen.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or 2 years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Little Caesars now has the pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust with a cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust. It's got 9 feet of pepperoni.
That's enough, Darren.
Sorry.
We're not big pizza, we're Little Caesars. The new pepperoni stuffed crust, just $10 a pizza.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order. Critics and monsters agree. Taco Bell's Fly Force will have you whirling from Walmart. So real you can taste it, says Rolling Stone. Experience the cinematic tour of fries yourself. Get a $5 nacho fries box at Taco Bell today.
Oh, for culture. There's no place like Panera. Enjoy the toasty, saucy Chipotle chicken avocado melt on freshly baked bread. Order on the app today.
This house is 8 times our budget. Look, thank you, spontaneous me. Yes, negative me. It's on an island. We'll drown. No, we won't. You will drown. Guys, it's 1 a.m. Bedtime.
Las Vegas Boulevard. The sketchiest cracked up, messed up road in the world. Get ready. This road is going to put our skills to the ultimate test.
You always feel a presence here. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder, second guessing if I'm alone.
We can feel the spirit lurking around us. That is a creepy feeling.
Every day, you don't want to be alone here, especially at night. You always feel freaked out, not knowing what's going to happen next.
Yazoo City, Mississippi is a modern town built upon the ashes of its former self. In 1863, Yazoo was burned down to the ground during the Civil War. The townsfolk spent years rebuilding. 20 years later, another lethal force would test their resilience.
a legend about the old lady who lived on the swamps of the Yazoo River northwest of Yazoo City. She was known for luring fishermen. Then she would slay them.
No one connected the disappearance of the many missing men